Are you in the market for top-notch digital equipment such as mills, scanners, or furnaces?
Well, God, time is now. Ivoclar has introduced unbeatable rates exclusively for customers in North America.
Ivoclar has made it easy for you to invest in cutting-edge digital equipment with, ready for this, lower than prime interest rates.
I think that's no pun intended, but whether you're looking to upgrade your milling capabilities, enhance your scanning technology, or optimize your furnace performance, Ivoclar Digital has you covered.
To take advantage of this offer, the dedicated digital specialists at Ivoclar are ready to assist you. For details on how to get in touch, visit voicesfromthebench.com and select the Ivoclar tab to find all the information you need to get started. And as always, we appreciate your sponsorship of the podcast, Ivoclar. Welcome to Voices from the Bench, a dental laboratory podcast. Send us an email at info@voicesfromthebench.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Greetings and welcome to episode 296 of Voices from the Bench. My name is Elvis.
Oh, you sound Southern. My name is Barbara.
I did slip a 9.
Where did that come from?
I have no idea.
Are you just mixing it up for the end of the year there?
Well, the problem is I've had too many days off from work. I've gotten Southern.
Get it? We just barely made this. I was decorating all my Christmas stuff. My computer took a dump, so I'm glad we're here.
Yeah, had to do a little IT over the phone with you.
Yeah, and you're the wizard.
Turned out nothing more than a turn it off and turn it on again situation.
Give it a little juice. You know what they say about juice, right?
No, I don't.
All right, well, I'm not going to tell everybody.
Okay.
So how was your Thanksgiving? This is the Monday after, just so everybody knows. Monday after.
Sure.
How was
it? It was good. It was very relaxing. We didn't do much. Not a big family deal. We barely left the house.
Good.
That was nice.
Good.
Yeah. We got a ham and 3 sides that you kind of pre-order and cook it that day.
Yeah.
And it was nice. Yeah. How about yourself?
Oh, God. You know, when I was married and I didn't cook, I just brought the cream cheese and pistachio and celery. Now I got to make f***ing mashed potatoes for 15 people, sweet potatoes for 15 people, and my cream cheese celery special for 15 people. And then I cleaned for 2 hours. So it was great, but I wish I was, still, I wouldn't say happily married, but married, you don't have to do anything.
You wish you had a live-in cook, is what you're saying.
But you know what? It was really blessed. My dad was amazing. Hung out with all my family. Went for a run. Went for another run. I'm just good. I've got the Christmas spirit, Elvis.
Oh,
really
gross.
do. I don't know what's happening to me, but I'm just so festive. I am, I swear.
So all 15? Was this all family?
Oh, God, no. My sister, she's like the good Samaritan of the world. I love her, and she doesn't listen to this podcast. Thank God, but...
None of my family does either.
She invited some f***ing people, and you know what they brought? They brought cranberry jelly that was expired from 2022. And I looked at my sister and I'm like, dude, this is expired. And this is my favorite thing in Thanksgiving. Like, I'm a jelly girl. I like cranberry jelly.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I wasn't real happy about that.
I love the cranberry in a can. Gotta love it.
Yeah, well, it was brown.
Oh, gross. You even opened it.
I was so mortified. I'm like, bitch, if you ever invite her again, I will. I love my sister, but I did want to kill her. Moving on.
Oh, well, I'm kind of intrigued by this cream cheese and celery thing you're talking about.
Well, I was raised Polish, and my grandma, she made Philadelphia cream cheese, and then she chopped up a bunch of pistachios, mixed them all up in the cream cheese, and then layered them on celery. So good. And so before I cooked, I was the girl that was able to mix nuts and throw them into cream cheese and go with it, but it's awesome.
If I ever go to family gatherings, I'm the one that brings a 2-liter.
Yeah. No, you got to try them, bro. I'll bring some to Vegas. You'll be like, you're going to have a mouth them, I swear.
Oh, whoa.
You can bleep me. It's true.
I think there's going to be a lot of bleeps in today's episode.
Yeah, I guess so. That's what happens when you and I get 3 days off. I'm
Oh, no kidding. Oh, I still got another day off. What the hell am I going to do?
Yeah. All right, so I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. This is great. Yeah, let's start this holiday festive end of the year because we all know we're going to be slammed.
Yeah.
I know our lab is already saying no more rushes.
Yes,
I'm like, we just started.
sure.
So
Yeah, we're not even in December yet, and it's already nuts. But I guess that's a good thing for all of us.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to complain.
So I wanted to ask you, when was the last hands-on course that you took? Because we go to a lot of shows, but very seldom do we get to actually, see speakers or do the hands-on courses.
It's crazy that you asked, because December 9th, I'm actually having a hands-on course here at Night Dental through the FDLA, and you and I can talk about it next week. So
yeah, I saw that online, so that she was teaching. I thought it was Lexar.
Yeah, I'm on the FDLA board. That's just one of the many things that I don't have time for, but I really thought that would be amazing to hold a course here. So, but you asked me, when's the last time? So it's probably been 3 years.
Yeah. So when you started doing more ceramics, did you do a lot of hands-on courses?
Yeah, I did. Back in the day, I mean, this was, a while ago, there was a lot more courses, and we went to a lot of places where we could learn, over the best people. So yeah, I went to a Monnier course in Sarasota and a Lee Culp course in Sarasota. I mean, I'm an hour away from the most amazing, or it was the most amazing place to have courses. So yeah, I did go to a lot, but have I been to one lately? No.
It's funny how often we go to shows and those things are going on, but we can't because we're recording so much.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I asked you about hands-on courses because this week we got to talk to an amazing lady that does a ton of hands-on courses. She brings so much energy and, quote, fire in her belly.
I like that, actually. That's perfect.
You can't help but get pumped up by her enthusiasm.
Yes. Oh, let's see you do this name. Here you go. Ready?
Oh, no, I'm good at it. because I had to practice it. Marina Caponigro.
Right.
It's right. I know it's right.
I know it is.
Don't tell me it's not.
It sounds good.
Marina Caponigro was an elementary teacher from Ukraine. Coming to America and marrying a prosthodontist,
oh God,
introduced her to the world of teeth. Mm-hmm. Being a dental assistant, she started to pick up on lab work and found out she was actually quite good at it. It wasn't long before she was traveling the world to perfect her full arch layering technique. Between teaching children and having skills, it was natural for Marina to start teaching dental technicians. Marina talks about doing lab work at home, how she started teaching clinical and laboratory groups, and partnering up with her daughter to open Smileology Group Dental Lab.
Great name. Great name.
To help other labs finish their full arch cases. So join us as we chat with Marina Caponigro. Whether you're looking to elevate your craftsmanship or looking to cut back on cost, look no further.
VITA MFT teeth are the ultimate solution for creating lifelike and stunning smiles.
Crafted with precision and backed by cutting-edge technology, VITA MFT teeth offer unparalleled aesthetics and durability.
And since VITA believes in the power of experiencing excellence firsthand, for a limited time only, they are offering you the chance to get a complimentary case sample.
That's right, a full case absolutely free. Just visit VitaNorthAmerica.com/free MFT.
Don't wait any longer to start providing your customers a premium tooth at an economy price. Redeem your free case sample, and if you're ready to buy, VITA will even give you an extra 10% off discount by shopping online on their newly launched online store.
Join the VITA family today, and we appreciate your support of the podcast. GC Initial Lisi Press is the first lithium to silicate ceramic ingot with high density, big word coming up, micronization, or for short HDM,
which is a technology unique to GC that provides exceptional physical properties and the most natural lifelike aesthetics.
HDM uses equally dispersed lithium to silicate microcrystals to fill the entire glass matrix rather than using traditional larger size crystals that do not take advantage of the matrix structure.
The result is the ultimate combination of strength and aesthetics, making GC Initial Lisi Press perfectly suitable for all types of restorations through all levels of transparency.
Most importantly, HDM technology helps ensure the product remains extremely stable without distortion or drop in value, even after multiple firings. Because if you got the shade right the first time, you wouldn't have to fire it again.
And so for more information, call GC America at 800-323-0763 or visit gcamerica.com.
And we always appreciate your support of the podcast, GC America. Voices from the Bench. The interview. We are super excited to have joining us on the podcast a very energetic person in our industry and someone who actually was a teacher of mine, Marina Caponigro. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me, Elvis and Barbara. It was long time coming, so I'm very excited.
So excited.
Yeah, so quick background. What was this, last year or was it earlier this year? Time has no meaning for me anymore.
Not anymore.
Marina, you were teaching a local office of mine how to do composite work on full arches. And I saw your post about it, noticed it was local, messaged you and say, hey, can I come? And the office was nice enough to have me come in. And for 2 days straight, you fantastically taught me how to do something I never did before. And I still have them on my desk. I'm looking at them right now. My composite on PMMA.
Nice. So you're actually a dental technician sometimes, Elvis?
Barely.
Nice. Love it.
So enough about me. Marina, tell us how you got into dental technology.
Oh, it was actually very exciting story. You know, it was parallel to how I got to United States. And, I met my fiance who was a prosthodontist, and he brought me to United States. And, like I always say during my course when I try to introduce myself, that I was teacher in Ukraine, and I was teacher of elementary school, and we had little private school in Odessa, Ukraine, and I loved teaching, little kids. So when I came to United States, I decided to continue my teaching career and, follow what I did for, 15 years in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to little private school, it was like church based private school. And I started doing a little bit after school program with children. And then in couple months, all those little kids started speaking with my accent. And parents, they like, Miss Marina, why is my kid speaks like you? So I decided that I need to escape from education. Otherwise, all American society going to speak with my accent. So
that's hilarious.
That is
and
great.
because my, back then husband was prosthodontist, I decided that maybe I will help him a little bit. And I started with chairside assistant, and then I was watching him fabricating, gold crown for my mom who came to visit us. And I saw that it is so much fun, waxing and casting and melting gold with that awesome torch. I saw that really, really cool. So I'm like, I want to do that too. And I repeated whole process. And then, everybody said that I have a little talent and maybe I need to pursue career in dental technology. So then I started combining, chairside assisting and front desk duties, and a little doing lab work. So I was working a lot, I was working like all those duties was taking me a lot
Mm-hmm.
of time,
Sure.
but it was great, like, boot camp style training for life in United States. So
Aw, I
now
love
when I
that.
teach my course, I say it's boot camp because you need to do lots of things. You need to be able to multitask, and you need to do it all chop chop and fast because we need to do so many things.
Oh yeah. There's no pressure in what we do, right? It's like,
No
yeah.
pressure. No pressure, because when you love what you do, and I always say, if you have fire in your belly, there
Oh
is
yeah.
no pressure. You just riding that wave, right? Enjoying.
So you liked it immediately, huh? So you were helping your fiance. Is he your husband now, or is he still your fiance?
No, he's my ex-husband.
Oh, I love that word.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've got one of those and I'm just so happy. So
Oh,
anyhow,
that's fine. I mean, he taught me a lot. Plus, it was like, my very customized dental school, experience, and I have very good training. So I appreciate all he did for me. And his friends, mentors, my mentors from Ohio State University,
oh
few
yeah,
of them, they definitely like formed me as dental technician. So I appreciate opportunity.
absolutely. So you started out doing waxing and casting of gold, and Elvis, like you just said, you were doing some what PMMA and light cure.
Light Cure
How
Composite,
did you
yeah.
go from A to B?
A little different.
Yeah.
But also Elvis forgot that he also did some ceramics on zirconia. Elvis, remember? We did
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
did do ceramic application. So Elvis is very well rounded. He
Yeah.
he
Some
can
would
do
like to say
ceramics,
that, yes.
and he can do zirconia with ceramics, and reach his potential.
Awesome. So how did you get into all of that? So you were working with him and that got you into it. And then like what happened? Did you go to another laboratory?
So, and then I was working with my ex-husband about like 11 years,
Mm.
and I was doing chair side, and I was doing all laboratory work, lots of implants restoration, some like what we call now all annex hybrids, but back then it was we had to test metal framework, and then weld and the section and weld and all kinds of crazy steps, very complicated. I burned my fingers so much polishing metal.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Now
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can touch anything with my fingers. I don't feel temperature, so it was great. And then then I went to lots of continuing education seminars and courses, and like I flew all over world. I went to a few countries in Europe, and I went to Brazil, and anywhere I could
Wow.
go. So, and I was choosing basically my mentors on looking at social media, and when I felt like I'm clicking with a person and I like their vision and their opinions, I was just looking for opportunities to sign up and learn from them. And yeah, so basically, yeah, I was for about 20 years in dental industry. I was remaining being a clinical technician. I was always in-house clinical technician, and I have additional license as expanded function dental assistant. It gives me opportunity to work directly on patients with placing direct composite restorations and doing mock-up for smile makeovers. Like, that is very nice license, I feel, to have for a dental technician. So yeah, I was combining that, and then finally this year I decided that I need to start offering my services to like few more doctors. So I created my own laboratory with my daughter, and now we're trying to develop it.
I want to go back a little bit.
Okay.
I want to know how your prosthodontist ex-husband came over to America, or why. What started that move?
Oh, he was American. He was American.
Oh, okay.
We met,
Yeah.
yeah, we met on internet, and he was actually hiding from me that he's a doctor because he thought that blonde lady from Ukraine just wants money. So he told me that he's a teacher in university, and then once we met, he told me that he is practicing prosthodontist, and he is also teaching in on clinical floor in Ohio State University. And then he brought me here as his fiance.
And you had no idea what, like, teeth or prosthodontist or anybody was?
No, I had no idea, and I can tell you more that all my experiences, few times with dentists. I did not like dentists as a patient. Okay, so every time I heard that I need to go, to dental office, I had all kinds of stomach aches because of all those phobias. Because I had a lot of dentistry done with no anesthesia, when they just drill decay and they tell you, calm down, just wait a second, just wait another second, just wait another second. So I had a lot of built up stress about dental work.
I bet, especially if they did it like that in Ukraine. Yowzer.
Yeah, I mean, when I was child, so it's not recently, I mean, but in my childhood, yeah, that's how it was done. I don't remember any they were just saying, hold on, wait a second.
Yeah. So after you got here and you worked with him for a while, at what point did you start wanting to branch out and do something different?
So basically, I was working with my ex-husband for, like I said, 11, 12 years. Then I got my additional license as expanded function dental assistant.
Did you go to school for that?
Yes. Yeah, that is school that you go for about 12 months after you have so many years of experience as a dental assistant, and you are like CDA, like certified dental assistant. Then you can apply to the school. And yeah, and then you take board exam, just like dental students have board exam. You have to do several amalgams, several composite restorations, take a couple written exams, and then you get in your license to practice as expanded function dental assistant.
So you get to do composite like inlays? Do you do that on a model?
No, I can do it directly on patient with my license.
Wow.
Mhm.
If you used to not like seeing patients, what made you become an assistant?
I don't know. I mean, again, we have to overcome our fears, right? And
Yeah.
then I really didn't have fear to be assistant. I just had fear to be patient. It's slightly
I see.
different.
Well, I guess it's kind of scary, when you're in the mouth and you're dealing with people and you've got their personalities, and it's not the easiest thing to do, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I really like doing it, and just like I say, I feel like combination of that license and dental laboratory technician work, it's a really good combination.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
But
especially now, like what Elvis is doing with chair side assistance, with implants. I mean, this just helps you so much when you have all those skills to work chair side. I feel like lots of technicians now start thinking about, getting chair side skills so they can offer those skills while they helping doctors to go through treatment and create final or provisional restorations. I just feel it's
mhm.
great combination.
I'd love to have a little assistant background. I mean, I was at a chairside last week and the doctor asked me to hand something to her, and I'm like, what? Which one? You got a
Yeah.
pile of 20 tools here. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah,
Did you put on a pair of gloves?
Oh yeah, I always have gloves on, but it's just
Yeah.
like, can you hand me the right bending, pushing thing and jigging? I'm like, this one, no, this one, no, this one, no. I don't know what they're called.
That's awesome.
yeah.
So you became an assistant, and after 12 years, where'd you go?
No, I became assistant and I was doing lab work parallel. I was always combining, you know,
Oh, I see. Yep.
doing chair side and doing laboratory work. That's why I say that, that was long days. And then also my ex-husband, he put little lab in our basement in our house, and it's
Nice.
same place in the basement he also put kitchen. And he said, that when you bake your crowns, make sure you cooking dinner. So while I was baking my, restoration
Oh, geez.
Wow.
oven, I
No wonder you
also,
divorced
yeah,
him.
I was also making meatballs.
Oh, that's hilarious. So he made it quite easy for you. So you never really got away from work, cooking, or your hex. That's funny.
Yes,
Oh,
very, very, very fun. I still do it, I still do it, but now I, just do different tasks. But it definitely helps with, training yourself to multitask on different things on same time. It helps in lab work too, because
oh
we
yeah.
always have to do so much at same time, right? We start print and then we start mill, and when it's printing and milling, we can finish green state of zirconia, or
Yep.
or we can do ceramics already sinter zirconia, and that's how we build our days. Correct? I'm sure you guys do same thing.
You
It's
have to
never.
make sure everything's moving at all
Yep,
times. So
yep.
I totally get your point. Like I'll walk in some days and I'll be thinking about, 7, 8 different things, and then you just jump in and go. I mean, it's the best. I love what I do personally. Spit it out, Barbara. Sorry.
Yes, definitely.
Marina, did you ever go open the regular oven and have tongs in your hand, ready to grab a tray or something? Or did you have an oven mitt on when you opened the porcelain oven? Or
No,
get them confused?
I actually never had any like big mess ups because of multitasking.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like it's keeping you sharp, right?
Yep.
So you said you went on social media to find your mentors. So what would you like just kind of look up teeth sites and find classes and things that you wanted to go to and people to follow?
So I'm still doing it. I'm just looking, at Instagram, and I'm looking at Facebook, different posts. And when I see that some technician is talking about something that close to my soul and my heart, like for example, I always try to look, when technicians do work, what their main priorities. Like for example, I value a lot of surface texture techniques and how to make restorations look more natural. So when I see that technician talking about it and he's shown his work, if he's offering courses, I'm trying to figure out how I could learn from that technician. That's what I
Ah,
mean.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but you're also teaching though too. So you actually took on the being a mentor.
Yes, and I love it because, like I mentioned, I was a teacher in Ukraine, and
Hmm.
when I switched in United States from teaching to dental technology, I felt like my teacher education and all that experience, I just got canceled out, and I don't use it
Yeah.
anymore. So when I got to the point when I had something to share with people and I could offer like courses that I'm offering, I felt very content because now I feel like my education as a teacher and my education as dental technician, I can combine all that, and I can
Yeah.
offer it to I can offer it to people. And I feel like with teaching dental technology courses, it helps to know how to teach people and how to explain, how to get from point A to point B.
Hmm.
I feel like my teaching experience and my education is teaching actually helping me to put my courses together and to communicate to people, different skills and knowledge and all that.
Awesome. I love that. And obviously you taught Elvis, so we know you're good at it.
You could teach the unteachable.
It was, I was very flattered when Elvis actually, reached out and asked me to come and attend my course, because I felt like Elvis is like Elvis Presley, he's
Oh no.
Oh, he is. Trust me.
he's just celebrity. So I was so scared when, like, oh my God, Elvis is going to check me out and my and my and my slides and all that stuff. But I think it went well. Elvis was very excited.
I'm still excited. I'm looking at these samples that I did. They're actually not too bad.
Yeah, composite work is perfect with ceramics. All those things. When we learn something, then I always say, we learn, then we need to sweat, we need to cry, and we have to practice 100 times or 1,000 times, and we can form those skills. But nothing is working without sweating and crying. You have to make
Mm-hmm.
mistakes to learn, and yeah, I do it every day.
Nice.
So why did you start teaching? Like, did somebody reach out to you, or how did that even come about?
So I had, like everything in life, you always meet people, and people tell you something that some things they tell you, you don't pay attention to, and it doesn't stay with you. But some things do stay. So I remember
Mm-hmm.
in case, it was actually a doctor from England, and he was married to American lady, and I was friends with that lady, and I met him, and he was looking at my cases at that time. It was like 2005 maybe, or 2006, something like that. And when he heard my story and seen my work, he said, oh, Marina, you really need to start teaching, because there are lots of technicians who can do beautiful work, but they don't know how to teach, they don't know how to communicate what they know to other people. So you really need to think about it. And he told me that in 2006 doesn't mean that I started teaching in 2007.
Sure. Yeah.
It took almost 10 years for me to actually offer my first course on Emacs restorations, just single unit, working with liquid ceramics and
Hmm.
beautifying Emacs restorations. But like I say, that words of the doctor kind of stayed with me, and I guess it was cooking in my mind, and I was trying
Mm-hmm.
to to get ready for whatever I was ready to teach and share with people.
Wow.
So did you initially teach to dentists in their offices or to labs?
Yeah, so I was teaching actually with GC America. I was using at that point of time luster paste, liquid ceramic. It
Sure.
was
Oh,
almost
yeah.
like first liquid ceramics on market. I used
Hmm.
it, working at dental office again as clinical technician, and I
Hmm.
was offering that course to doctors and assistants, because
Mm-hmm.
with CEREC restorations, it was a lot of or CEREC offices, they had dental assistants who wanted to learn how to work with restorations, how to finish restorations, and being half of me is dental assistant and half of me is dental technician. I was
Mm-hmm.
always encouraging dental assistants, if they like technical work, to start learning it. And single restorations, it's perfect start to learn. And with digital technology, like 10 years ago, it was great opportunity for dental assistants to get new skills. And that was my motivation. I just wanted to share again my experience, how you can be dental assistant and dental technician. That was my first courses. I taught that course in GC America, in Chicago headquarters, and then I also was teaching same course with implant seminars in Miami, Florida.
Wow. What's it like teaching dental technicians and doctors versus like an assistant? Is it easier to teach us or is it easier to teach them? I guess I should ask.
Oh, I I will not say that it's that much easier. Of course, when you share your knowledge with dental technicians, they have a lot of background in dental technology, and they already
Mhm.
have some skills, or a lots of skills. And sometimes when I train clinical teams like doctors and assistants, I always treat them as my first graders. uh,
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, you need like with Elvis, when Elvis called me and he said, "Oh, I'm not sure how to hold brush." I told him, "Listen, I'll teach you how to hold brush."
Yeah, I needed it all. I've never done any of it. And I'll say, you started at the very beginning and walked us through it. It was a great course.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I love doing it. So yeah, Barbara, to answer your question, with clinical teams, you need to start with ABC. With
Mhm.
technicians, they already know ABC, and you can,
Yeah.
jump to much higher level and talk specifics of ceramics or specifics of composite material, or different types of restorations. With clinical teams, you start with ABC and then just roll it.
Nice. That makes a lot of sense to me. And what about doctors? Like, can you tell when you're dealing with assistants and doctors if they have a nice vibe or if the doctor's a kind of a head, excuse my French, kind of not very nice doctor? Elvis will bleep that out.
With my courses, I always have very nice doctors, because think about it. If doctor is signing up for a dental technology course, it's
Hmm.
telling you a lot about the doctor.
Yeah.
Because I always say that doctors always need to get a little dirty in the lab. What we lacking right now with all dental school educations, that
Hmm.
dental students, they do not have a lot of opportunities to do laboratory work, and
Yeah.
lack of the skills is affecting the communication with dental laboratories. And also,
Hmm.
I feel like if they have technical skills, it's going to enhance their clinical skills, because
Oh, yeah.
yeah, if they ever done a crown, they know how important that it will be to prep tooth with right clearance, with right
Hmm.
like profile, with parallel walls, so it's not so that crown is not falling off prep tooth, and it's not the cement that holding crown, it's a preparation, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
geometry of preparation. So if they ever do just one crown, they will have so much more confidence and knowledge when they do clinical portion of restorations.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So they're actually learning to be better dentists by going to those courses.
Yeah, I feel like definitely. And again, like with digital technology, I feel like doctors who getting involved and they opening in-house laboratories, I feel like it's actually such a good opportunity for them to become better dentists, because when
Hmm.
they see everything that goes in when laboratory portion of work done, I feel like it enhances that clinical experience for that doctor.
Oh, definitely. And that's got to be really a good, rewarding experience for you too, to see how much better they get through your courses.
Oh yeah, I love it. And after I teach course, I stay in contact with doctors, and they, asking me questions, and I, any minute I have free, I jump in and I can, share my experience. So I feel like it's nice. It
Yeah.
creates that learning environment. And when you learn all the time, it keeps you passionate about what you do. And when you're passionate about what you do, you will never get burnout, because it keeps passion, keeps you going. It gives you adrenaline and all those other chemicals that gives
Yeah.
you energy. So you just
Yeah.
chop chop.
Yeah. I love that. Chop, chop,
Love what
Elvis.
love what you do.
Yep, exactly.
Is most of the courses you do kind of the situation that I was in, where you had a doctor and he had, God, this thing was like, I mean, you were there. It was like almost a full size lab in the back,
Oh yes,
and I think he had two or three full time technicians that work there.
yeah, the Dr. Frazee, yeah, he has yeah, almost full service lab, because they do crown restorations, they do bridges, they do dentures, they do retainers, all kinds of stuff, and they do all annex restorations as well. Yeah, and he has those two ladies. They were dental technicians on his staff, and then he brought over a couple more assistants, because that is concepts that lots of doctors have right now. They want to have dental technicians, and sometimes some assistants is voicing that they like to become dental technician. And hey, we
Mm-hmm.
all started somewhere, right? Nobody was born dental technician. Everybody came to dental technology through ways they came to dental technology. So I feel like dental assistants are great source for digital designers, for
Mhm.
dental technicians, for CAD cam operators. I mean, all those new little professions in dental technologies that digital dentistry brought to us. I feel like it's amazing opportunity for dental assistants.
And I would agree with you because I go over and do custom shades and I see cases, and the dental assistants are always asking me questions. What's it like to work in the lab? Can I come over and see what you guys are doing? And, they just really seem like they would be a good mix and a good ambassador for us as technicians. But not only that, but for our labs to hire. It's tough to find anybody nowadays, but if you're going to find somebody, that's an excellent choice.
Yes, it's absolutely, and I've been telling that for last, I don't know, 15 years probably, that instead of getting some kid who is playing video games and start forming digital designer, why don't
Mhm.
we get dental assistants? They already know dental anatomy, they know dental terminology, they know what
Yeah.
they're looking for. So when we have dental designers who have background in dentistry, it is just so much better.
Yeah.
But there are different opinions, in regard to design. I know that some mentors, they say it's better to have computer background, and it does not matter. Dental anatomy does not really matter, and I completely not agree. I feel like if we have a computer background, those people need to learn dental anatomy, and they need to know certain things that they need to know to, because they are trying to be in the beginning of fabrication of body part. It,
Yeah.
it's not video game. I'm sorry. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, but there are different opinions, and it's almost like another subject to discuss for Elvis and you, Barbara.
For
We've
another
discussed it a
day.
few
Ah,
times,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
But
yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
we're
sure.
coming up on a generation that there will be nobody without computer experience. I mean, it's coming quickly. I mean, it'd be hard to find somebody under the age of 30 that has no computer experience, you know?
Yeah, and it's another thing, like I do notice that like even my daughter, she's picking up on computer things so much faster than me, but it doesn't mean that I cannot get hold of it. I'm okay, right? Maybe
Yeah, absolutely.
I will not get it like in a second, but I will get it in 5 seconds. So as long as you have motivation, that you can get computer things, under your belt, and you can develop skills, right? And you can learn.
So agree.
When I took the course, you were in an office lab,
Mm-hmm.
But now you've opened up your own, right?
Yeah, and I'm just starting. I got all paperwork done, and I got all my policies written, and I start talking to doctors, and I got few cases already in, so I'm excited. And
So you just opened your lab? Like it sounds like it's not been too long.
oh yeah, I just basically announced it like in middle of August. So
Oh, congratulations.
it's coming up on 2 months, and so I talked to a technician here, a local technician, like last week, and he's like, Marina, why you were waiting so long? I said, what do you mean so long? Everything happens when it should happen. So
Yeah.
I was enjoying working in-house lab, and I was enjoying combining my chair side license, and for that I had to be in a clinic. But now
Yep.
I feel like I can still offer everything, but I can just offer it to different doctors and just come to their offices, and I can help them through all annex restorations, treatment, and surgery steps, and
Wow.
everything that needs to be taken place during all that treatment plan process.
Wow.
So what did you do? Did you open this in your house? Did you just set up a bench
Yeah,
and
I just I have a bench where I have my sewing machine. So I got my sewing machine off. I put it underneath, and now I have sintering furnace, porcelain furnace, computer design station, and probably in the beginning, I'm going to outsource mill and zirconia, and thanks God, I
Mhm.
have lots of friends who are happy to help, and they giving me really really nice prices, and I appreciate willingness to help and reach out. And yeah, so I'm going just to start slow, and grow my lab, like my husband says, organically. you know
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's hard nowadays to open lab. If I put everything, like when we go to mall and we like, let's just choose everything we want to buy with no regard to money. So I put that list, what do I need to have, and by the time I was done with my list, what do I need to have to have modern digital dental laboratory with opportunities to offer to doctors some chairside scanning and photogrammetry. I reached like
Mm.
$150,000.
Sure.
Easily.
Like
Yeah.
Yep.
easy, like easy. And I'm like, I need to grow this in organically. I can't just go whole way and get in that huge debt. So I have to compromise on my shopping list, and just choose my priorities, what will get me going, and then
Mhm.
develop as I go.
I love
What was your design software you decided to go with?
So we using Exacat, and
Okay. Yep.
we learning a little bit Blender for dental as well. Just
Sure.
again, because our specialty is all annex restoration, so ability to offer not only like monolithic zirconia or PMMA restorations, but also reinforce it with titanium or chrome, cobalt bars is
Mhm.
kind of what we need to do nowadays, right? So
it.
that's what we using, and I have a couple designers that I'm working with, and but I also, like, me and my daughter, we also learning it ourselves, because sometimes you get design from designers, and you want to like put your signature a little bit, do a little pre-forming with design. So that's where I'm at right now, with using Exacat. I do basically just enhancing of designs to my likes, because with finishing ceramics, sometimes I need to tweak design a little bit, and so it's easier for me to finish for application of ceramic microlayering. When I will have more time, of course, I want to design whole thing myself.
Wow.
Did I hear you say your daughter's in there with you?
Yeah, she was actually a reason that I decided to open a lab, because she started working with me in a lab, and she has a master degree in business administration, so she wants to
Oh.
do business, and she decided that dental laboratory, with everything we can do, will be a great model for her. And I don't like to do bookkeeping. I don't like to do all that. I just want
Yeah.
to do dentistry. So I feel like we are very good, like combination of
Yeah.
mother and daughter. She wants to do business side, and she is good with provisional restorations, and now she is also doing zirconia restorations with ceramics as well. And
Wow.
she loves to do business side. So I'm like, wow, I'm happy camper.
That's a perfect combination. I love it.
Yeah, plus I can see her every day, and it's so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice. I don't know how, like when you don't see your child every day, it's kind of, and she doesn't like me to call her child, of course. She just turned 30 actually today. So, but it's still so nice for mom, to be together with your daughter. So I'm very,
Oh, I work with my son and I absolutely love seeing him every day. Sometimes I
oh,
want to choke him, but it's fun. Like it's really fun. And to
yes.
see them develop and learn and their skills and just, oh, it's just nothing better, I don't think.
Do you
Yep.
do you bring lunch for your son every day?
Yeah, I actually do bring him snacks. I can't say I bring
Oh,
him lunch, but I'm always, here you go, trying to feed him. You know how that is. Food is love. So,
I
give him some
know.
food, eat, eat.
It's motivating me, like, to always make sure that I have nice healthy lunch, and I have some greens and the salad
Yep.
and the
Yep.
soup, and it's really nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
I will never do it just for myself, but
Yep. Makes you happy, right? You can
yeah.
tell it in your voice. You can hear it in your voice.
Oh.
See, Elvis, food is love.
I hear that. Quick way to my heart. I love some good food.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with the name of your lab? I love it.
Oh, I was trying to create a lab that, because with the lab, I called it Smiology Group. Why did I call it Smiology Group? Because I was thinking about, I will not say final product, but I will say, I was trying to think what I want to have as components to my business. And
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want dental laboratories that are going to do fabrication of restorations, right? And then I also want educational component, because I want to continue teaching my courses, and also I want to work with other technicians and bring in them, and like hold courses for them, and kind of
Mhm.
organize those courses. And then I also thinking about, maybe one day I will have group of designers, and then we can just have like design center and open just those services. So I
Wow.
was trying to come up with a name that might like include all of it.
You got a lot of plans ahead of you.
Yeah, and I'm already working on all those things. Like, I already fabricating, I'm already teaching, I'm already talking to technicians about coming over and teach their courses. And then, I already have few designers, and I might start offering their services, just as design services. So I
Hmm.
kind of start working on all of it.
I love it.
Mm.
And I
Wow.
still have time to make some soup for my daughter. Yeah.
So, how do you find out about your courses? So, who are you teaching for right now? Let's back up. So, how do people listening find out about your courses?
How do they find out about that I'm teaching courses? I just
Yeah.
keep attacking Facebook with my posts.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I, I just annoy people. I just say, this is my course. This is what I teach. I love what I do. If you like to attend, please come over.
I got it.
Yeah, you're not sponsored by a company, right? You're doing this all on your own.
I have, like for example, ADITE North America. They are sponsoring me for my coming course in November.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I hear, I'm working also with SIN, Sin Dental. They now called SIN
Yep.
60. It's an implant company. So they help me a lot. And then my like always and forever support is Annex USA, and they
Oh
hired
yeah.
me. She really, as soon as she hears that I want to teach courses, because I use all materials that basically they is selling, and I came to it organically. As soon as I started working with all annex, I feel like combination of annex and composite and soprano ceramics, they are perfect with each other because technique is very similar of application, colors very similar. So I feel like for effective and efficient and productive workflow with all annex restorations, it's just amazing combination of materials. So, and then they always knew about it, and then as soon as I announced my first course, she just, like she said, jumped in the passenger seat, and we were riding together.
We love Tay. She's so great. So great.
Yes.
Those are the materials I used, right?
Yes, yeah, that's what you use during course. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it was very easy to use.
Yeah, because I like to teach. My thing is I don't want just to teach course or webinar and sell something for some company. And I want to teach what I do every day. So basically my course, I teach what I do every day with all annex restorations, and I just share kind of my experience and techniques, and I share with people how to be productive, how not to lose time, how can you get started and get to finish result as fast as possible without compromising aesthetics, without compromising like aesthetic appearance of your restorations, and making nice natural looking restorations, but be efficient in the process. So that's basically goal of my course.
I really like that thought process though, because a lot of technicians, I wouldn't say a lot, but you have to be efficient. Like you have to make money, you've got to produce results. But for those of us that are like, single laboratories, where you've got to make money. So you can't be just working on, one crown a day. You actually have to be efficient. So I think you're teaching that part of the puzzle.
Yes, and again, it's my situation that working in in-house lab in within a clinic that does only all annex restorations. We do a lot of work every day. Like I basically have to almost finish 3 4 arches in green state, and I need to do sometimes up to 4 arches, finish it with ceramics on same day.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's a big load for technicians. So I had to look for materials and techniques that will allow me to do all that in 8 hours, because I don't
Mhm.
want to work 15 hours. I don't want to stay over hours. I don't want to work at night because, I still have so many things I want to do. So when I'm at my job doing work, I wanted always to be efficient. So I came up with
Mhm.
certain techniques that allow me to be able to go through all that workload, and get
Yep.
it done without staying over.
So you're teaching people how to make money and be better technicians. And I mean that sincerely. I think that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I share what I do, and it doesn't really mean that I always say when I'm going to any continuing education course and I'm listening and I'm doing hands on, I feel like if I learn one little thing that helps me for many many years, I appreciate that teacher, that mentor, and those hours that I spent in continuing education course. I feel like,
Mhm.
when people come and take my courses, I will be grateful if they heard something or learn something that will help them. It's not necessarily all 20 hours of my course they're going to implement, but if they will implement one little thing that really will change workflow, I will be feeling like I'm blessed that I had the opportunity to teach that little thing.
Yeah, that's great.
And labs can hire you to teach in their lab, right? I mean, it's not like you have to put on a course and they go.
Yeah, I'm offering. So basically, I hold like courses in Columbus, Ohio, and then they people will come to me. But I also offer coming on site to dental clinics or dental laboratories, and I teach them like during 2 days. I usually come and I teach Friday and Saturday. And yeah, and I do it at like course that you've been attending, right, in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
It was on-site course, so I came to doctor didn't need to fly to me, or sometimes I go to dental laboratories, and if they have team, I can handle up to 15 people, because I used to handle 25 children in elementary school.
Yeah.
15 adults, is not a problem for me to do hands-on course. And yeah, and I come on site and I teach 2 days and then I go home. I feel like it's really friendly, because then people don't need to travel, right?
Yep.
It's much less expensive for owners of laboratory, because they just need to travel me basically, but they don't need to travel all staff. So
Right.
I feel like it's friendly pricing, and it's really good model. And I don't mind. It lets me see different labs and different clinics and meet lots of, wonderful clinicians and technicians. So it's fun.
Plus, it's probably easier for them to learn in their own environment. Stuff they're used to.
Actually, yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
Because also when I come like to clinical, like in-house laboratory in clinic, like first hour, I basically evaluating what they have, what equipment they have. I'm telling them what they need to buy, what they need to have efficient workflow. I'm evaluating position of all those pieces of equipment, because again, when clinical staff putting in-house laboratory in, even with sales representatives, sometimes those positions and locations of equipment is very compromising, and it has to be straightened out a little bit, not to have any contamination, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent few times kind of on consulting and on saying, listen, you need to get this and that, and let's separate those two pieces of equipment, because they shouldn't sit together. It's going to create problem. So that's good. That's additional benefit. When I go on site, I actually can take a look at everything and just help them maybe with advice.
Awesome.
Yeah, I remember at the course I was at that doctor had quite the laundry list of things he needed to get.
Yeah, because see, doctors, they start with big stuff. They spend $100,000 on milling unit. They spend so many dollars on all those expensive equipment, and they don't have suction unit.
Yeah.
They don't
Oh
have
my
steam
God, you're
cleaner.
kidding me.
And
Oh,
they don't have sandblaster. They don't have basics that you have to have. So start with steam cleaner, sandblaster, and suction unit, and then
yeah.
buy meal. But they go a little different. They
Yeah, they do.
have
He had a lot of toys in there. I don't say they're all right, but he had a lot of toys.
Yeah, but and again, when they have some sales representative and or they got idea about in-house lab, salespeople, they're not really technicians, right? So they know only so much. So it really always helps to have that consulting level with technician when they set up that in-house laboratory, because then they will have less troubles and less contamination and less cry and sweat and remaking cases, because it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
set up right way, right?
Yeah, because they might be getting things they don't need and missing out on the things they do need.
Yeah, because they follow sales representative list. you know.
Ah,
And those
exactly.
are reaching amount of dollars, not
Yeah,
effective workflow.
exactly. There's the real world, and then there's the people wanting you to sell you stuff.
Yes, yeah. So it's I feel like it's like I say, it's additional benefit to when I feel when I teach courses on site, I can kind of take a look and suggest what needs to be done to do it better.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Smileology Group,
Yes.
you are offering your services to other labs, right?
Yes, I actually want to get that marketing a little bit going, a little bit maybe in more effective way, and I like to offer my services to labs doing all on X restorations if they need me to like if they can mill but they don't have somebody who can finish on green state and finish arch with ceramics. I would love to open to offer those services. And I feel like like we mentioned, like Barbara said, there is shortage of technicians, and it's I feel like it's great for me because I can help out people, and it's easier for dental laboratory owner just to outsource this step to me. They can mill, they can send it all to me, and I'll get it done like in a week and send it back really quick.
Wow.
So, you're looking for people that can already mill the full arches and then send to you to basically finish them?
Yeah, I can do from any step of all annex. I can help out. I can do, if they don't have meal, I can meal, and I can finish, and I
Oh.
can finish the
Nice.
ceramics because I have my resources, right? If they want to mill to offset costs, they can mill, send it to me in a pack, and I will cut it out. I will finish in green state. I will finish with ceramics. If they need to work with me starting from design, we can do that as well. So
Hmm.
absolutely different, like. Customized packages can be created for dental laboratory as well as for dentists.
Wow. That's pretty special. You've got a nice niche right there.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I love an idea, and I just feel like, I mean, it will take a little time. It's really hard to get started, like jump start, right? So I
Hmm.
feel like I'm
Yeah.
doing great for being in this uh for 8 weeks.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I imagine you get a lot of work from past students.
Yeah, I'm trying to share, I'm trying to share. So my past students, some of them, because I taught them well, some of them they can do it all now. But
Yeah.
I always say that, like, if you have a lot on your bench and you need help, please call me. Or if you have friends and they voice that they need help, please share with them my information. So, like, any route is working for me. And again, I'm basically two people, mother and daughter laboratory, so I don't need 150 accounts. I mean, I'm looking for maybe 10, 12
Yep.
good
Yep.
stable accounts who pays
Hmm.
bills on time,
Yeah.
who shares my vision, for aesthetically natural looking restorations. And that's people I'm looking for. I don't want to create factory. I don't want to be massive dental laboratory. I want to be very hands-on, talking to doctors when they need talking to me, and that is my business model.
I
I
love it.
love it.
Yeah.
Where do they find you? What's the best way?
So everybody can see me on Facebook, and they can see me on Instagram, and I quite did not widen my horizons to TikTok and all that, but I feel like Facebook and Instagram is I always reply to any messages, and then I also have email and phone number. But yeah, everybody can find me on Facebook Messenger and Instagram Messenger. Very easy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
thank
Marina,
you.
thank you so much. What a great story.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I love to share with you, story of my life.
Yep.
As you say, I love your fire in your belly.
Yeah,
I think it's great. And
fire in the belly is the key in this industry. Otherwise, it's going to be sad. You need to love what you do. Otherwise, it's going to be hard.
it's contagious every time you're around.
Thank you so much.
Thank you as well.
Have a great
Awesome,
day.
Maria.
Okay.
We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Have you ever wanted to learn ExoCAD? Do you find learning a new design software overwhelming or just too costly because you have to go to a course that takes a whole weekend? Even if you've never used a design software before, we have the perfect solution for you to begin your ExoCAD journey. Head over to instituteofdigitaldentistry.com and select the Mastering ExoCAD course. Broken down into 3 segments, the amazing Marjorie will take you through fundamentals, then immediate, and then advanced courses, leaving you with the confidence to tackle most cases that come into your lab. I personally am going through all 70 lessons and find it one of the most thorough courses that I can take at my own pace. And for being a listener of the podcast, if you enter the code VOICES, which is VOICES, when checking out, IDD will take an additional 10% off any course they offer. And they offer a ton of content for labs and clinics. Head over to the instituteofdigitaldentistry.com for this episode's show notes for more information.
And a huge thanks to Marina for coming on our podcast and, more importantly, teaching others your amazing full art skills. I remember talking about her. I was talking to the FDLA board and I was like, this lady cares about so many things other than just teaching. How you run your lab, how do you multitask? There's like so many things you can learn. And if you can teach Elvis, you must be good at it.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we wish you the best of luck on your new lab, and we know that your energy and talent will be a major success. And guys, if you want to work with Marina or maybe have her come into your lab and teach your techs to finish full arch restorations, just drop her a message on social media and you can take your lab to the next level. And you know what, Elvis, I see her a lot. Like, she is selling out on Facebook.
All over the place.
Yeah, I'm so happy for her. So,
It almost seems like every weekend she's teaching a course.
yeah, and I really like the fact that, like I said, she teaches you how to multitask, do other things, not just one thing, because being a dental technician, you've got to be like doing 5 things at once.
Only 5?
Maybe 5, 6, 7. I was going low. I always go low. Thank you, Marina.
All right, everybody. That's all we got for you, and we will talk to you next week.
Merry f***ing Christmas!
Holy crap, it's not even December. Bye.
You better bleep that.
One of them's going to be right.